welcome to episode 243 of the Lost Levels podcast, on Pokemon Sun and Moon, of course. It's me, Soul, hosting again, woohoo, and with me is the ever bodacious, ever juicy, and ever Pokemon excited SpiderStaryu.
Oh, hello everyone! I am excited to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
And the less excited but always present SuperZambezi.
Hi, that is kind of true. I am a little less excited.
Yeah, that wasn't mean. It's true, as he's not the biggest Pokemon fan. Okay. So basically, we're going back for me, because I think this is a perfect time to use the question and answer format that we normally, we've been accustomed to. So I think I'm just going to keep on with that with Pokemon Sun and Moon. So don't get mad at me if you don't like how I'm formatting this. I don't really care, to be honest. So, because with every game of Pokemon, there's always the starter choice. I thought that was the first thing to introduce. Which starter did you guys choose out of Rowlet, Poplio, or Litten?
Who's Poplio?
Ezzy.
I picked Rowlet.
I picked Rowlet as well. I love Rowlet. It's so cute. It's adorable.
God, I hate you both. I chose Poplio as yes, it's Poplio, a water type. It's the seal. Okay, you understand, Ezzy?
Yes, I understand.
It took a second. Okay, I understand.
Okay. So what's your current, and then on top of that, what is your current team? Hopefully you guys have that out. Ezzy.
I mean, I have mine ready.
Yeah, what's yours?
So my current one. So I did not finish the game. I'm just about to move on to the third island, but pretty much halfway through the game. My team consists of Datrix, Wishy-Washy. I love Wishy-Washy. Raichu, Salandit. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Persian or Persian? Just Persian, right? Okay, and Lycanroc.
Oh, wait, are you playing Sun or Moon?
I don't know. I'm playing Sun.
Aw, man, that's the better one, admittedly. With the Lycanroc is better. SpiderStaryu.
I think they're both cool. Do they have? Sorry. Do they have stat differences at all?
Yes.
Yes.
The two different
and
versions.
Lycanroc and midday form, the one you have is just better.
Oh, all right, cool.
Well, it also dies quicker, so keep that in mind. Okay, now it is my turn with my team. So I have Staryu. Of course, I have Staryu. I have... Okay, I need help with... I need help with this, so... A Minior? Minior? Like Meteor?
Oh, I love Minior. I want to talk about it later.
I love Minior. Okay, let me just say this really quickly. I have the light blue one, and it is so adorable, and I love it so much, and I just love Minior. Minior is like my favorite this generation, okay? So, yes, Minior is perfect. Lycanroc. I have the moon version, midnight version, right? Midnight? I believe that's how you say it. Midnight version. I have Charjabug. Hopefully it's going to evolve into Vika Volt. Yeah, there you go. I have Decide how do we say this? Decidueye. Okay. Oh, you saved me. I was going to say it complete opposite. It's really awesome. I was gonna SC it. Yeah, okay, that's a new term. I love that term. But it's really cool. I love this one. I love this final evolution. It's really cool. And the last one I have is Palosand. And I evolved it fully to its final form because what was the other one called? Sandygast, something like that.
Sandygast.
Yeah, and it was not that good, honestly. It kind of sucked. But this Palosand is a lot stronger. It's serving everyone.
Palosand has an amazing ability. Does it have two abilities or it just has water compaction?
I think it has two abilities, but mine has water compaction.
Water compaction, for those of you who don't know, it's basically like is it Storm Drain? I think is the one. Yeah, it's like Storm Drain, where the Pokemon is... Oh, no, it's like Water Absorb. Water Absorb is if the Pokemon is hit with a Water-type move, you're healed. Except in this one is, if a Pokemon's hit with a Water-type move, it doesn't affect you, like Water Absorb, but you gain Special Defense increase, which is like... It's amazing. I love Palisand, but Staryu choosing Minior. I'm a little bit jealous. I didn't use Minior, but I probably would have if I don't know, if I was just interested in it at the time. My team right now, I finished the game.
Cool. Bragging.
My team is Primarina, a Ribombee, which is Cutiefy's evolution, a Trevenant, a Pangoro, an Alolan Sandslash, which is really cool. I like playing with that, and a Salazzle. I love but okay. So the big change with Pokemon Sun and Moon is they actually really turned the whole idea of the standard format of Pokemon on its head, where there's no longer gyms or gym leaders or gym challenges and puzzles and stuff like that. Instead, to take advantage of the Alola region's 4 different islands, and they have something called the Island Trial or something like that, where basically you go around each island doing certain trials of a various number depending on which island you're on, and once you complete all those trials, you do your grand trial, which is sort of like a gym battle against the kahuna of each island. How do you guys feel about the island trial, both in comparison to the previous gym battle system and in general?
It's good and bad, I think. To compare, okay, let me start with the good of the gym. What I like in the gym battles, or I guess I should say the badges, I really liked that I knew where I was in the game. I knew the progression, how much is left, what's next, that kind of thing. I like that. You don't get that as much here. It's kind of confusing. You do like a trial, then a grand trial, then 3 trials, then another grand trial. It kind of makes sense with the islands, but it's still kind of like not as clear. So I'd like that from the gym battles, but I do like that they mix it up, and I don't even know that I'm starting a trial. Like the one with the wishy-washies, that one. I like that. Yeah. I was doing it, and then I guess I didn't realize I was doing a trial at that time.
You were going on the way to your trial, and it turns out, nope.
Yeah. And some of them are kind of stupid. I mean, like the Lush Jungle one, where I'm just searching for items.
Oh, God. Okay, but the Lush Jungle one is so... I forgot. At the end of each trial, you face the Totem Pokemon. And the Totem Pokemon of Lush Jungle, I cannot stand. Oh, and that's okay. God. That was the hardest battle in this game, I think. I'm not kidding. I lost so
Which one specifically?
Lurantis.
That one was hard, yeah. Doesn't whatever, have a Z move? No, it uses that Hyper Beam thing, and it just kills you instantly.
It uses a move called Solar Blade, and Solar Blade... it's a physical attacking Solar Beam, but the problem is it has a mental herb on it, which basically is it's like it takes moves that would take 2 turns normally and turn it into 1 turn, and you're like, oh well, okay, it will keep using Solar Blade, right? But that doesn't mean it gets, it'll only be the first turn where it gets to use it in 1 turn. No, because it likes to summon cast forms who will use Sunny Day, and Sunny Day also allows it to use Solar Beam, or in this case Solar Blade, in 1 turn, and I hated it. And I think I did that trial captain challenge 4 times. So yeah, it was by far one of the this game's really hard too, but whatever, I talked. Staryu, how do you feel about the change to the island trials over the gym theme from previous Pokemon games?
I think it's unique. I do think it's a change of pace from the typical gym badges and things like that. Gyms. I do think the Totem Pokemon are actually a challenge, unlike most gym leaders. Most gym leaders are, like from previous Pokemon games, were not a big challenge, but the Totem Pokemon have been actually a challenge, especially when they call it ally Pokemon, and it can be really tough. So yeah, overall I would say that it's a nice change of pace and it's harder.
What was you're almost at the end of the game, so what was the hardest trial that you had to go through, like, at the time? Obviously the last trial is the hardest out of all of them, but what was the hardest trial you had to go through?
I think the hardest one was Mimikyu.
What?
Yeah.
The
Actually,
Mimikyu
yes.
one?
I didn't have the right typing to the right type Pokemons to really do super effective damage to it. So that one took a while, and it kept calling Haunters, and yeah, it was kind of tough. But you know what's funny? You guys said which one was hard for you? You said
Lurantis.
Lurantis was hard, but overall Lurantis was actually easy for me because I had a Charge-a-Bug and I used X-Scissor on it, and I actually got a critical hit, so I actually took it down really easily. So yeah.
The Mimikyu, what did I have? Oh, my Trevenant. It took it down in, I think, 3 turns. I think that was the quickest trial. That was very easy for me. But it definitely came down to, like, which Pokemon you had. Like, it was not, like, some of these were decisive, but I feel like certain ones were just difficult no matter which Pokemon you really had to deal with, because what was it? The electric one I didn't think was too hard, but because it was against a Vikavolt, so you know bug types are weak to a lot of things. But I don't think it would be necessarily easy unless you had like a rock type on you by chance. It was I found that one not too difficult, like not overbearing like with Lurantis, but geez, I did not have fun trying to stay alive with it. As for me, because I didn't really mention it, I kind of just touched base with it with SZ. I actually kind of like the island trial system. I mentioned in the previous podcast at the end of it how I got frustrated at one point, and I think SZ's about to do it. My least favorite part of the game is right after the first like wave of story. I do not like right after that. It got really boring and very tumultuous, but right after that, it gets good. So I'm like, oh, back to square one. I think because of that, the formatting does get a little off, and there is a rut or two that you'll face with it, but it's not like it's a game ruiner. You'll still have a lot of fun playing it, so I said it again, but it's not the end of the world when you do hit the ruts, because it quickly picks itself back up with the island trial. The island trials both in difficulty and battle, because you'll get bored. But speaking of the story, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll tell you, when. But how do you like the story so far?
Background for me, I hate Pokemon story.
Yeah.
It's always extremely boring for me, and I'm always skipping text as fast as possible. This time I couldn't really do that. So I have been paying attention to the story, and it's interesting. They started talking about some dimensional stuff, and I'm sure, and I know that these Ultra Beasts are a thing. I don't know how they're going to come into play or what they do or how they're different, but I know they're a thing that happen. I'll see if it gets interesting. Apparently, there's a big story thing coming up right next time I play after the second island, so we'll see. I mean, my hopes aren't too high.
I think I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I know because you're gonna pop off for a second, so you don't have to hear the spoilers. But I will tell you, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised, I think, with this story.
Interesting. Okay. The only thing that I am looking forward to is finding out who like the champion is, because you said that you knew who it was before you played. But I'm gonna try not to get that spoiled. I'd like to know who that is, because that's always interesting and exciting to find out who that person is. So that I am excited about. So okay, I'll step out, and you guys do your talk.
I'll summon you when you need to get back. But
thank you.
Okay, Staryu, you've done the story. You haven't gotten to where are you like right now?
I am at what island am I at? I am at
Pony.
Yes. Yeah. I did the story with the Ether. What's it called? The Ether Federation company, whatever like that. Yeah. I did the story with that, and I found out that those two people, Lily and what's the other guy's name?
Gladion.
Yeah, they are the children of the boss lady. What's her name?
Lusamine.
Yeah. I was actually really shocked by that. I didn't think that would happen, but yeah, they're the children. Wow.
See,
that was a really shocker. That was actually a big shocker. I'm not even kidding, because I don't just draw the connection. Okay, they both have blonde hair and like that's it. It was really shocking when I saw it. I was like, what? So they're actually siblings? It was cool.
I was upset because I had that spoiled for me.
Ugh.
So I was like, wow, this game's like, now, like, I was so mad because it was like really good story, but so they went into the portal, right? And that's it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna spoil what happens afterwards because there's more to it, obviously. But, so, the story is, I think, really good so far because there's a lot of actual things going on. You're gonna see more why I make this comparison, but this game story is actually somewhat similar to Pokemon Platinum's, and I actually really like that because Pokemon Platinum is obviously, like, one of my favorite games ever, so, one of my favorite games ever. So I was really excited to see that, it's somewhat similar. Obviously, it's much more involved because you have that whole connection between Gladion, Lusamine, and Lily, but and then there's something to do with the Ultra Beast. We don't know what exactly, or you don't know what exactly.
Yeah.
But so I think you're probably in like the victory road of this game because there is, I guess spoiler alert, there is no victory road with this game, which I know is actually kind of upsetting because I always love Victory Road because it's like the final challenge, but this one, it has its own version of it called Vast Pony Canyon, and it's not bad, it's just like, it's not established as Victory Road, so it just feels like you're just going through a random canyon when previous Pokemon players can tell that, oh, hey, this is supposed to be like Victory Road, but that's going off of the tangent. What I was going to go say is, have you gone through the entirety of Vast Pony Canyon yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I am at what am I at? I am at Ancient Pony Path.
Oh, so you haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I didn't really get too far, but I'm pretty much at the end of the game, like almost at the end.
Man, I can't.
But we're talking about like what we think about like the story. So
yeah,
I will.
I can't say what I was gonna say. I don't want to say it now.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. I don't want to spoil you.
So how do I feel about the story? Honestly, I do feel like this story has been a lot more. I'm trying to find the word to use. The story has been more engaging. Definitely has been more interesting. I guess that's the best word adjective I can think of. It's really good. It's just a lot better than the typical Pokemon game because it's just, I'm not expecting a lot of the things that happen. Like with the trials, is it perfect? No, but I didn't expect some of the things to happen. I didn't expect some of the backstory, like with Lily and the other guy to be the children. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I don't think I'm ever gonna get it. I always forget his name and the professor's name. Always. It always just seeps out of my head. I don't even know why. It just seeps out. But overall, I will say the story is definitely more interesting and definitely more engaging than previous Pokemon games.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't want to say again too much, but I think right now you're going to really like how it comes together at the end of it, because there's actually more to the story than you might think. Not too much, but I won't get into it, but you're going to really like where the characters go, and I won't say anything more since Z's back in the call, but I will say Lily, I think, might be my favorite character for Pokemon. Like, genuinely, probably might be my favorite. And as she is a lot, I've heard a lot of people saying, wow, she's, like, really good, because the story is much more engaging, as you said, and involved. Yeah. And I'm really glad that Hao is not the worst rival ever, but he definitely is not. Lily takes the lead on the story, but that's all. Okay.
Ooh, can I mention one thing about characters, since we're on that subject?
Go ahead.
I don't like the... Sorry, not that I don't like, but I like it when the rivals are more rivals. I feel like with each game, they're more friendly to the point where you have Hao, who's like your best friend, and he's just like always happy. He's like, oh yeah, let's just battle. It's no big deal. I don't know. That's what I.
Yeah, I like my rivals to be sassy.
See, I agree with you for the most part, but while How doesn't really take the most importance with the story, I'm actually like, I didn't really mind it this time. I think this region's so different; it just kind of works, and his purpose in it is actually really nice. While I do agree that he's not really a rival so much as your friend now, it's not the worst thing in the world this time around. Okay, the next question is, what are your favorite Pokemon that are newly introduced in the Alola region?
Ooh.
SZ, you go first because I feel like you have some great choices. I don't know. I also want to hear I also want to hear you say the names. So.
I'll zip it. All right. I have an Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. I haven't caught it, but I have it on my list because, look, Vulpix and Ninetales, they're both awesome. And now an ice version, awesome.
Yes.
I said Wishy-Washy. I really, really like Wishy-Washy. Fomantis and Lurantis, I think those two are really cool. Okay. I actually like basically all the grass type Pokemon. I think they're all great. So Morlel and
Shiinotic.
Shiinotic. Okay. Okay. We'll be hearing you pronounce them too, Staryu. Okay. Salandit and Salazzle. I actually really, really like Salandit. Just because fire poison. I think that's such a cool combo. And have they done that before?
No.
No, they have not.
I for this game, I've been trying to make a team that just covers as many of the types as possible, and this really fits in well with my team. Having someone who covers poison and fire in one go. So perfect. I also like Comfey.
Aww.
Sandygast, Mimikyu, and I really like, I haven't gotten him, but Delmise, because it reminds me of Dark Boo, just because of the name.
Gosh.
Okay, yeah, that's that. Those are my favorite, and I don't know about any of the Ultra Beasts or Legendaries yet, so.
Okay. My favorites are, of course, I've already said it earlier, Minior is my most favorite, and he probably is going to be me on the artwork, more than likely, because I just think the Pokemon is so cool. I love the design, and I just love the concept of shields down, and it's just really cool. And also, this Pokemon gets Shell Smash, which, if you don't know what Shell Smash is, it is really freaking, it's a powerful move that lowers your defense, lowers your special defense, but raises your attack, special attack, and speed by a lot. So
in one turn?
Yeah. One turn.
Whoa.
Really deadly.
And with the I think it's the white herb. Oh god, it's gonna get...
Oh yeah, you can get rid of the defense drop.
That's so much.
Let me see, who else is my favorite? Lycanroc. I like the moon one. It's not the best, obviously, but you know, I think it's really interesting. It's a very slow Pokemon, but it looks so sinister. Ooh, that word's brought back. Sinister. Ooh. God. Palossand is pretty cool. What was the other Pokemon that was really like just yes? Okay, I want to talk about this Pokemon. I was really disappointed in this Pokemon. Cosmog. Yeah, Cosmog. Oh my god. I thought this Pokemon was gonna be so cool, so interesting, but the only move it knows is Splash and Teleport.
Oh.
That's all it knows.
Oh, I mean, it's so cute.
It's so cute, but it's you can't even use it. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I was so disappointed in that. I mean, it does evolve into, you know, Solgaleo
Cosmo.
and
Cosmo.
Oh, it evolves into
but I'm gonna be I don't want to talk about that further.
Well, yeah, it does evolve into Cosmo, but it does evolve into a Solgaleo. No. That's not a spoiler.
No, it is.
Oh, sorry.
SZ, did you hear that?
Evolves into the legendaries?
No, you're not supposed to spoil that.
I thought it was obvious, though. I thought that was obvious.
I had to do a legendary page, so I already know what they all are.
Okay.
So,
you do know. That's fine, whatever. Yeah.
So that's pretty much all my favorites. And I just want to say that this has been a really great generation for bug types. Lots of great bug types have gotten added. I love Charjabug. There's been a lot of good poison types, like that water poison Pokemon. What's it called?
Toxapex.
Yeah. Oh, it's really amazing Pokemon. Its ability is just great. I also like Pyukumuku. It's bodacious, and I love it. So yeah, there's just been a lot of great Pokemon this generation. But overall, I'd say Minior is my most favorite.
I have to agree with Staryu. Like, we're gonna talk about Minior later because I have so much to say with it. It's like I don't think anyone was expecting, what the secrets that Minior has. I don't want to talk about it, but okay. My favorites are obviously Oricorio. I think Oricorio might just be my favorite Pokemon of this generation. I think it's a weird Pokemon. It's not good at all, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of good in doubles, which I'm using it in now, but it's not spectacular. I'm gonna be also, I don't like Shiinotic at all. I think it looks stupid, but I like its pre-evolution more a lot. But I think Shiinotic was what kind of ruined, it's not my favorite just because its final evolution isn't that fun to me, but it does have a lot of draining moves though, which is really cool. It's it has Dream Eater and Hypnosis, obviously, so it can make use of that. It's Giga Drain and Draining Kiss, so it's not awful or anything. It's just I don't like how it looks. What else? Oh, geez. See, I like its evolution, obviously, over Wimpod. I like its evolution, Golisopod, a lot. It's a weird Pokemon. Its ability is not the best. It's called Emergency Exit, and basically, when it gets under 50 health, it'll switch out to another Pokemon. But it has a really good move called First Impression, which is a priority Bug-type physical move with power of 90, and it's excellent. I love it so much. There's gotta be something else. I don't know. I'm not... Oh, of course. No, Ribombee. Ribombee is one of my favorites. It's very cute. It's a fairy type, and I really like the fairy types. But as Staryu mentioned, it's a bug type because I feel like this generation is to bug types as to Generation 5 was, because Generation 5 had a lot of good bug types as well. Volcarona, even though, it's not the best, but Crustle was really cool. Leavanny was really cool. It had a lot of bug types. And this one doesn't have as many, of course, because it's just not as many Pokemon, but I think none of them were really bad. Vikavolt pretty fun to play with. Ribombee, its evolution to Cutiefly, obviously. The one I'm using is amazing. I love it. It's so cute. And Golisopod, as I mentioned earlier, is awesome. And then the other bug types are Araquanid and its pre-evolution Dewpider, which isn't bad. I think they're kind of the least memorable of the bug types, personally, because I don't even run into them in my game. You only get to see them during the day, and I'm usually playing during, the time is switched. But yeah. Okay. That's all I have to say on Pokemon. Okay, let's speed this up, because I'm mincing words now. The Ultra Beasts and regional variants were both two new mechanics of Pokemon. Ultra Beasts obviously are almost like legendaries. They're just not described as such, and you can actually catch... Spoilers for this, you can actually catch multiple multiple Ultra Beasts of the same one. You'll be able to catch more than one of a lot of them, which is awesome. But how do you guys feel about the addition to Ultra Beasts and the regional variant system, and do you think this will be a continuing trend in the next Pokemon games? SuperZambezi, even though I know you don't know too much about Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, not really. I am not a fan of the Alolan forms.
What?
Let me back up. I think looking at them, I'm like, oh, this is cool, blah, blah, blah. But I really don't like it when new Pokemon games keep adding forms and keep adding different variations of existing Pokemon. I know last generation we had the primal forms, and before that we had Mega Evolutions, and this one we have Z Powers and Alolan, blah, blah, blah. All this nonsense. This is a little different because... Yes, nonsense. This one's a little different because you're actually changing... That's the thing. It's still confusing to me. You're not changing them. I mean, you are, but you're not at the same time. And it just... I like it to be... I like that one evolution, or standard, second evolution, and maybe a third evolution. I like that. I like to keep it at that. So when we have all these crazy little things going on with Alolan forms and they change here and they don't change here, I don't really like that.
Fine, SC. What are you a Debbie Downer? What
I know.
Do you have anything to say on the Ultra Beasts, even though I know you're not exposed to them?
I don't know anything about them, so no, unfortunately.
Okay, that's good, actually. I think that's okay. Because the fact that you don't know too much about them, it's not too big of a spoiler that you can catch multiple ones of them, which I think is what sets it apart from, or that's what sets Ultra Beasts apart from legendaries, but whatever. Staryu, how do you feel about these, and do you think will be a continuing trend?
I do think it will be. I think the regional variants, the regional forms have been received really well. I think a lot of people love them. Like Executor, oh my god, that was a huge meme about Executor being this giant tree. Apparently it's a dragon and Charizard still isn't, and things like that. So I definitely think that they're going to continue the trend of regional variants. I do think they'll use other generations though, which I really hope they do, because honestly I was thinking like there would be more than just Generation 1. Like I thought there'd be like a Bellossom that was in a Alolan form. I thought there'd be a what else? Sunflora. Like I thought there'd just be more like variations of other generations, but it's just Generation 1. So hopefully if they do continue this, and I hope they do, I hope that they use other generations other than just Generation 1. And also, why didn't Staryu get in a Alolan form? Oh my god, they could have done so much. There's so much like sea stars and things in Hawaii that they could have taken inspiration from. Anyway, I do think they are very cool. Now, of Ultra Beasts, I have not caught any Ultra Beasts yet, but I do think that their typings and their just overall existence is interesting. I guess I'll say I think there's 9 of them. I don't know if you count the
8.
final. Oh, there's 8. Okay, my bad then. I do know that the rock. What's the rock and poison one? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Nihilego.
I thought it was really cool. Rock and poison is a very interesting typing, even though ground kills it. I think it's a really interesting typing. So I think some of the interesting typing is the best thing that we're getting. What else is interesting? Fighting and Ghost. Isn't that Marshadow? Isn't that a Ultra Beast?
No, it's. I don't think it is. I do not think Marshadow is an Ultra Beast.
What?
Nope.
Well, regardless, it's a fighting and ghost type, and I've been praising that they make a ghost and fighting type of sometime in the future. So I think it's really cool that it's finally in existence. But yeah, overall, Ultra Beasts, regional forms, they're cool with me. Honestly, I don't want like too many Ultra Beasts. Like if they make more Ultra Beasts, I don't want too many, because some of them are kind of weird looking and they don't really look like Pokemon to me, to be honest. Just being honest, some of them don't really look like Pokemon. And I know, like, who am I to decipher what Pokemon look like? But still, I'm just saying, hopefully there's not too many of them. But regional forms, I welcome a whole bunch of them in the next generation.
Okay. Well, firstly, I do like the addition of the Ultra Beasts. They're really interesting. Some of them are overpowered. Pheromosa, she has like one of the highest speeds in the game and one of the highest special attacks and attacks, but of course she has like some of the lowest defenses ever, but geez, she's a powerhouse. And Guzzlord is like monstrous with his HP. It's like the definition of a tank, and its really only weakness is like Ice and Fairy. So I mean, granted, those are very popular, moves to have, but regardless, geez. And the regional variants, I love them. I think they're really interesting, and they remind me of Delta Pokemon from the card games, which is why I really, really like it, because I love that system. But I do not think that either of these are going to be returning, because the Ultra Beasts, while there actually is room for them to be more, because basically, I mean, it's not a big spoiler, but they come from another world, or other worlds even. It seems like they...
What?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But they do come from another world. It's not... I think that's even mentioned where Ezzy was. I think you just scrolled through it, Ezzy. Yeah, Professor Burnett.
Ultra Beasts are not a thing in the game yet.
No. Yeah, but you'll run into them. Professor Burnett mentions the Ultra Wormhole.
True.
Yeah, Ezzy, you don't pay attention to anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure they mentioned that earlier in the game.
I mean, oh, shocker, SZ, you haven't met one yet. We don't know if they're in the game or not. Oh, no.
That's not what I was saying. Zip it.
So now he's mad. He's mad now. But, no. Okay, I don't think they're coming back just because I don't think they want to. But I would love for them to come back, and more importantly, I would love for the regional variants to come back. But I really don't see them returning because, I forgot what it was, but it's in an interview I heard them. The reason why they had the regional variants in the first place was just so they can both incorporate Kanto again, because for whatever reason everyone loves Kanto. I don't really care about Kanto's Pokemon, but whatever. And everyone seems to think, oh, it's the Pokemon 20th anniversary, let's talk about the Kanto region more, like, you guys haven't heard enough about it, and I don't care, but then they only did Kanto Pokemon, so I think people would really want for them to do it, but I think it's going to get really complicated in future regions, because it's going to be like, hey, how am I supposed to get the Alola region, or regional variants of Sandslash in the next game, because obviously Sandslash is probably not going to be like that in the next game, so how am I supposed to get it? And then it'll be like, well, what if there's more regional variants, how are you going to do it in the next game after that? I think it just starts to get too complicated, but I would very much love for them to keep them, but please, I really do, but I don't see it happening. Okay. The next question is, one of the biggest things that we all have actually run into these, thankfully, so it's not like one of us is out of the loop, but the biggest addition to this, in my opinion, was Z-moves. Ooh. And I'm just gonna ask, like, do you guys like them? Do you hate them? Do you have a favorite one? Even my personal favorite is Primarinas, but I'll just get that out of the way. I love Primarinas, but and do you think this is a welcome addition, or even a more welcome addition to Pokemon over Mega Evolution and X and Y, because I feel like these two are comparable? SZ, please go.
I kind of already said what I thought about them. They're cool to watch for sure, but outside of that, I just think they're pointless. They're just extra power boosts, essentially, for free.
They're devastating attacks.
Yeah. They'll get you out of
I feel like that's just, what's the point? Why do I want that?
Devastating attacks!
The reason, no, but there's more to it. For instance, if you use the flying type Z move on, say, Hurricane, it ignores the accuracy check, so it'll always hit, I believe, which I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yes. I really like that. But
I guess I just see it as an unfair advantage
but
for
the
the person using it.
Use them too.
Yeah. Just like if you don't have a Mega Evolution, that's on you. That's not their fault. You could argue that for Mega Evolution too. Like, it's unfair if they don't have one, but that's on you. You don't have one.
Yeah, but how often does that happen where the other person actually has a Mega Evolution?
In competitive play, often. Pretty much every team is going to have a Mega Evolution.
I guess that's why it's irrelevant for me, because I don't do any of the competitive play.
Okay.
You're a monkey, I swear.
But do you think this is a more welcome addition to Pokemon over Mega Evolution, or do you like Mega Evolution more?
I think I like Mega Evolution better. Because I still like to see, like I said, like the Alolan forms, I like those. I still think it's a stupid concept, but I like to see them. Mega Evolution, same thing. I like to see the different variations of the Pokemon, but it's still kind of a, why does this exist for me?
Why do you exist, Izzy?
To tell you to zip it.
Oh,
so, okay,
man.
move on. Staryu, what do you think? I'm taking over your hosting controls.
No. Hold on. SZ, no. Staryu, what do you feel about, or how do you feel about the Z moves?
I love the Z moves. I love the animation of most of these attacks. Like, they just make me laugh so much. Like the fighting one, all out pummeling.
Yes.
It's just so funny. And which starter had like a really cool one? Obviously I have so what's his name? Decidueye. I'm never gonna remember that. It's the cat. What's Litten's final form? Incineroar.
Yeah, Incineroar.
Malicious. I think it's called. Wait.
I don't remember that one at all.
Malicious Moonsault. I believe that's what it's called. When it has that, and it has its little Incinerum Z, it basically is like a wrestling ring, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Incineroar just jumps on the thing and just falls on top of him. It's hilarious.
They body slam the Pokemon, literally.
Body slam, pretty much, yeah. But I think they're really cool. And I believe you can only use it once. Only one Pokemon can have it, and you can only use it once, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And it can't be a Mega Evolved Pokemon.
Yeah, and also, does it work? Can you have a Z move and then have one other Pokemon that's Mega Evolution?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh, that's gonna be dangerous in competitive play. But honestly, I love them. I love them. I love them. I love these moves.
Okay. As for me, I really do like the idea of the Z moves, but the fact you can actually use them on status moves too, and they'll do like specific effects. And I'm talking like weird specific effects too. It's not like well, maybe Leer does it, but this is just an example. Like, it's not like you'll use the move Leer and it'll lower the opponent's defense further. It'll be like, the one I can think of is, if you use the move Parting Shot, you'll lower the opponent's attack and special attack, and you'll switch out automatically, kind of like Baton Pass. That's how it normally is. With the Z version of it, it'll heal the Pokemon it switches into, so if they have low HP, it'll heal them back up. I don't know if it's maximum or 50%. I don't know the logistics of it, but that's the basics of it. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. But I don't think this is a more welcome addition over Mega Evolution, and the reason being is the Z moves don't really change anything except for, giving more powerful attacks. I feel like the status moves, if anything, actually have more change to it, and might even be, certain moves might be really good in competitive play with Z moves, but, like, status moves, but Mega Evolution really changed everything, and it gave a lot of Pokemon you wouldn't normally use a new advantage. Like Mawile is the best example I can think of, or Kangaskhan, that was also really one that was used a lot, but you got new Pokemon forms, but this doesn't feel as new. It just kind of, it does in a way feel like a gimmick, but it's not unwelcome. I don't hate it, I don't have anything against it, and I mean, if they were going to add something, I feel like this is really cool. A really cool addition, because I can't think of anything else I'd like besides more regional variants. Okay. Ezzy, this is another one where you can't talk about it because I know you're just not incorporated into this, but this is the one that I really want to talk about is, what is the future of the competitive scene with Pokemon? Which Pokemon in particular with Generation 7 are going to be powerhouses? Staryu. I want to talk about Minior first, because I feel like Minior was the underdog of this. I don't believe anyone was expecting it to be as good as it was. Similar to like Sylveon. I don't think many people were expecting it to be really good. I mean, it's not as good now, but yeah. Minior is excellent because of its ability Shields Down, which Minior in its shielded form, or actually it's called Meteor form, it has really high defense and really high special defense. But once it goes under 50% health, its speed goes up like to 120, which is really fast, and its defenses and attacks switch. So instead of having low attack and special attack and high defense and special defense, it's vice versa, which makes it really, really good at setting up and then taking everything down.
Yeah.
But I know you like it a lot, which
yeah,
you should.
I've been using Minior a lot, especially when I got it to get Shell Smash. Oh my god, deadly. It's a deadly Pokemon. It's so cute too, but it's like such a deadly Pokemon. It's really strong. So you can easily, as soon as you start the battle, the Shields Down ability is going to activate, so you're going to have the little shield around you. So while that's happening, you can build up, maybe use some Shell Smashes so that you can get a lot of attack, a lot of speed, and once your opponent attacks you just once, all it takes is that one hit and you're like below half, you can just take them out. It's so easy to take them out because you can use that Power Gem, because I believe its attack and its special attack is equal. Both are at 100, so it's up to you. What do you want it to be, a physical attacker or a special attacker? I made mine a special attacker because mine's has the nature that boosts special attack. So it has Power Gem. It has what else does it have? It has Psychic.
Yes, Psychic. That's one I've seen people run it with.
I forgot the other. I forgot the other one it has, but it's just overall, it's just really strong and really deadly. So honestly, I totally think we're gonna see a lot of Minior in competitive play. It's definitely gonna be OU, or if not OU, it's gonna be UU. Okay, overused or underused. It's one of those two. For sure.
Yeah, I want to see how people are using it, because I haven't really gone into actually watching people play competitively, because I think it's a little too early for that. Even like the Pokemon fans work fast, but not that fast. But the other Pokemon, one of the others I want to mention was Tapu Lele in particular. All of the Tapus are pretty good, and I feel like most of them are gonna be OU. I don't think Tapu Bulu is, because it's Grass Fairy, so it has a lot of weaknesses. And grassy terrain really isn't a good terrain. It just heals. It's just not as good. I don't see it being it. But it does have a lot of. Tapu Bulu does have a lot of moves that the others can't learn. But regardless, Tapu Lele is really good because it's a special defensive wall, and it has really good special attack. So, it has psychic terrain, which prevents priority moves from being used, which is like, oh my gosh. Really annoying because they don't like Aqua Jet or Bullet Punch, and Bullet Punch in particular would be a really huge weakness against it. I know you haven't like used Tapu Lele yet, but have you seen its stats?
I've seen its stats. I believe it has really good special attack, and I know its speed is at least decent. Yeah, so overall, it's a really, really good Pokemon. I haven't got any of the Tapus. I haven't got Tapu Koko, Lele, or any of them yet. So. But I do like Tapu Koko. Is that how you say it? Tapu Koko?
Yeah, Tapu Koko.
I think it's cool. Electric Fairy, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Electric Fairy, and then its stats are pretty good. Its speed is really good, and its attack and special attack are both great. So overall, I'm excited to use that one the most.
Okay. What's the other one? Oh man, I just had it in my head and I forgot to mention it. Man.
Did you mention Toxapex?
Oh my gosh, Toxapex. That's not the one I want to mention, but Toxapex is like Ferrothorn 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Its ability, Merciless, is deadly. If you are poisoned, if its attacks will become critical hits. So all of Toxapex's attacks will be critical hits. Now Toxapex doesn't have the best attack or special attack, but still, don't you see how deadly that could be?
Because no matter the stat changes you have, it'll still hit you. And that complements it well because it has the move Baneful Bunker, which is a protecting move, but all contact moves that hit it when it's protected will poison them. So basically it like walks you in with Merciless, like oh my gosh. I love that, but the other thing is it has what is it? I think it's one of the few Pokemon that I think can actually run Venoshock well enough, because not a lot of Pokemon use, even though I think Venoshock's one of my favorite moves, even though not a lot of people don't like using it. The benefit of having a move that doubles in damage with poison, or with someone being poisoned, is amazing, and I don't think it has to even run. Personally, I think maybe it's a risk, but it doesn't even have to necessarily run Toxic, because someone, you'll basically have a lot of people walk into being poisoned, which is amazing. What's that other one called? Liquidation, I think. That's a really good new move. It's a physical water attack. I think it's gonna be the one move besides maybe Venoshock, or probably Sludge Bomb is what most people will run it with, but I think it's gonna be the other move that people are gonna use with it. And if not using Venoshock, Venom Drench is a really good choice for it. And then it has Recover, like
there's a lot of options you can do with it.
I'm so scared for this guy. People are gonna be really annoying with it, and I don't want to deal with it. Like, I genuinely am really afraid of this guy because it has, I think, 2 weaknesses, Psychic and Electric, and Psychic types I think people have started to not use them as much. Like, fairy types kind of took over offensiveness over psychic types, because the main reason why people used psychic types was to get rid of fighting types, but fairy does that. And the only thing that it has over that is psychic types can get rid of poison types. So, I think Tapu Lele will be a counter to this guy, because it doesn't have any physical. You're not going to be using physical attacks with it, and Toxapex has really low speed, so it will be good. But it still will. It does have toxic spikes too, so it'll probably still be able to set up. So here's hoping. Okay. Lastly, I think you're actually gonna like this Pokemon, but I don't think you actually looked into it. And I was looking into it today, so I feel like I should mention it. And it's Oranguru. You have Moon, right? Okay, so you can actually get this guy. It's in the Lush Jungle, only in Lush Jungle. But it is a monkey, as he is excited. I know. Oranguru is probably one of the first Pokemon. Like, a lot of Pokemon they've been adding in this generation and the last have like gimmicks for double battles, but a lot of them are just so niche that it's not really worth using. Oranguru, I think, actually takes advantage of the double battle format. Basically, it has this move called Instruct. And Instruct, the description is, the user instructs the target to use the target's last move again. So, it's basically Encore, or at least that's what it sounds like. However, Instruct allows the target Pokemon, that could be an ally, which is what you want to use it on, to do a move again. So that leads up a whole bunch of possibilities, because Oranguru also has the ability Telepathy. So you could basically be doing something like double Earthquakes from a single Pokemon. They could use Earthquake twice, or they could even use Recover twice. I've seen some people like proposing that. It is so good. It also has access to Trick Room and Psychic Terrain. It's one of the few Pokemon that can learn Psychic Terrain. I don't know how well you want to use it, like if you would want to use it in particular, but Oranguru, I think it would work really well with Minior, because it has Telepathy, so Minior is a really good Earthquake user. Plus, Shell Smash might even be good. Like, I mean, think about it. If you had a white herb on it, it would only lower its defenses somewhat. And having Shell Smash right off the bat, and then Oranguru using Instruct, like, imagine the sweeps it would do. And then it has Earthquake on top of that. Like, oh my gosh. And then you could lead off, if you had like a Pokemon Baton passing into Oranguru, you could increase its special attack and special defense with like a Calm Mind. Like, the possibilities with this dude are endless, just because of that one move, Instruct, in combination with Telepathy.
This game has added a lot of new strategies, and I really can't wait to see it used in competitive play. I'm not the most competitive, but there's going to be a lot of strategies that we're going to see that are new and different, so I can't wait to see that.
I'm gonna get really mad if Oranguru is not, like, at least like changes the game somewhat with doubles, because I love it so much. I'm really excited to use it. I'm trying to level one up now, but okay. Finally, it's come to the end of the podcast topic. What are your overall thoughts of Pokemon Sun and Moon? SuperZambezi, we're leading with you. Do not let me down. Even though you haven't finished, how do you feel about this game?
It's an interesting change. It's a nice change. I'm enjoying how they're moving away from it being so... what's the right word? Like, I don't want to say top down. It's just much more 3D. I can't think of anything better to say, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that they're moving in that direction. I like that, and I want to see it continue even more. Besides that, it's your standard Pokemon game, which is fine.
Boo to you.
But yeah, it's good.
Do you have
but nothing too crazy.
Do you have a number rating for it yet?
I will not give a rate. I'm only halfway. I still have to keep playing.
Fine. All right, SpiderStaryu. I know you love giving numbers away. You love giving numbers away. Wow. But how do you feel about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and what is your rating for the game?
Oh, yes. Okay. Now, with Pokemon Sun and Moon, I would say it's pretty different. It's pretty different from the previous games we've had. And, I think we also forget that X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are all on the 3DS as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, compared to them, this is actually, it is pretty different. It is a different way of doing things. So, I would say this game is very unique. And I would definitely recommend that if you're a Pokemon fan or even if you're new to this series that, maybe consider picking it up because, it's a new take on things. So, even if you haven't played Pokemon in a while, this might be the game that gets you back into it.
It's challenging too, because I know a lot of people were burned out from X and Y. This game is challenging.
Lots of new Pokemon that are interesting. The Ultra Beasts. There's just a lot of things. The Z moves, the trials. There's lots of things to get into. And also, thank God, I forgot to say this, but thank God, I just want to add this. We don't have to have HM slaves anymore because they let you have the you can just ride any Pokemon.
That's actually a huge addition that I really like. I love the ride Pokemon, and I love because that's why I kept Pick-a-Peck around because I was like, oh, he's gonna be the flying one. He's the one that's gonna take me everywhere. But there you go. I don't need to worry about any of that. It's super refreshing.
I didn't need to
really like that.
Because the flying types, I don't really. I mean, I kind of like flying types, but Fly is not a good move. But you had to have a Pokemon with it, and Surf is okay, but now you no longer have to worry about that, and that, I forgot, that was a really big addition we probably should have mentioned. That was a welcome addition, too.
Yeah. So, I give this game, alright, pay attention.
Alright,
I give this game...
Let me write it down, hold on.
Are you getting ready?
Yeah. Okay,
all right.
Write it down,
ready?
What's the number?
Okay. I give this game 9.125439.
Okay.
Repeat it back to me.
Okay. You gave this game a 9.1254379.
Yes. That's the game. Yep.
Okay.
That's the score.
This game is very obviously very different from Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I think at least a lot of the changes, like for example, the removal actually of HMs, which was perfect. That was probably one of the best things. But also that it's a difficult game, like a welcome difficult game. Like, oh, hooray, I actually was challenged and I was struggling through parts of it. I think that was amazing. So I want to say I'm going to give this game a 9.12543 which is 0.000001 more than Staryu gave it. Just putting it out there.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, that's actually a very nice topic. I'm really excited because I really like Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I'm glad we got to talk about it. And I'm so excited for I'm really excited for the competitive changes with it because while I don't think many of the Pokemon added in this game are going to be competitively viable, the ones that are, I'm so afraid. I'm afraid of Minior and Toxapex. But
oh yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get into news and community very quickly. Of course, we had, if you guys didn't know, there was Black Friday that just happened, and there was a big Black Friday deal where you could get a $99 3DS. We talked all about it on our holiday shopping guide, and while I'm not sure if the deal is still available, you guys might want to listen to our holiday shopping podcast because we talked all about that and more. And of course, last week we had the Wii 10-year anniversary discussion. But I don't... there wasn't much else in news this week, unfortunately. I don't think you guys are going to be talking about much news at all, or we are going to be talking about much news at all for the remainder of the year, because once, I guess now Pokemon, but once mid-November hits, that's all the news we get until January, where we'll probably get a Nintendo Direct. In fact, we are with a Nintendo Switch. I didn't say NX this time, so hooray! Ezzy, was there any community stuff?
Not really, no.
I don't want... Okay. I guess we should go into what have you been doing then, because there's not much else to talk about.
Sure. I can go first.
Yeah, do you want me to go first? Okay. I've had a really busy week this week.
Oh, okay.
I want to go first. I'm gonna go first. Stop laughing at me. Okay, I've had a difficult week this week, but because Thanksgiving break happened and I went across over to New York City again. It was very fun. I got to see. Well, it wasn't like I went to the city. I was like in Jersey, but I got to go see Ellis Island, which is very exciting. I really wanted to go there last time I was there, but I didn't get to. And the other place I didn't get to was the Statue of Liberty, but that was also really fun because I went this time, and I went on the ferry, which was really cool. I'd never been on a ferry before. And I mean, there's not much else to say about that, but I was very happy that I did go.
Did you take pictures?
Yes, I took a few pictures. My mom has a whole bunch. What was the other thing? Oh, I don't think I said it on the podcast. I only said it off podcast, but I was shiny chaining in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I caught my first legitimate shiny Pokemon ever. It was an Oricorio. I wanted to get the Oricorio because I just think all of the shiny forms with Oricorio are really cool, especially its Pom-Pom and Ballet forms. I think I'm using its Pom-Pom form now. I think it's actually better than Ballet. The only thing it has over it is Revelation Dance is really good with Steel types when you have the Fire version. Just Fire is more offensive, but I think with the team I have in doubles right now, it just works better if I use the Electric form because it gets rid of Flying types, and I don't really have that many counters to Flying types. Lastly, do I want to talk about it? No, I don't want to talk about it. But long story short, I didn't get the job I wanted. But at least most likely I didn't get the job. They never called back. So, ruh Shaggy. But, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I'm going to go apply to a job tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, no, I can't tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm busy. Man. And after this, I have math work to do. Like, there's so much stuff. November is so busy. Okay, who wants to go next? Spider Startup or SZ? I don't care.
SC, do you mind if I go? Because I don't think I have a lot to say.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So, before this podcast, actually, so early in the morning, okay, so we're actually filming this on Sunday. So early in the morning, I went to church and all that stuff in Manhattan. I could have ran into Seoul, but that was... When did you come into New York again? When did you come into New York?
I was there Thursday and Friday, but I left
Saturday. Never mind. Oh, yeah, never mind. Sorry, my bad. I'm just spouting out nonsense. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Anyway, I went to Manhattan. And after church, I went to because I was with one of my cousins, and after that we went to H&M. It's a terrible store. Yeah, it's a clothing store, and it's terrible. Okay, so you guys. Okay, I want to know your guys' opinion on this, because maybe it's just where I'm at or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So when you go into a fitting room, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you go into a fitting room. You want to try on like a shirt or try on like pants or whatever. Most of the stores I go to, they have it where. How they have it is you just go right through. Like it's either just one door. Or just two little rooms, and you just go in, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
This one had a bunch of fitting rooms, like a bunch of like little places where you can go, and the lady like stopped me as I was about to go in. She's like I was like already in, like about to go into like one of the things, and they're like, oh no, you have to come and get me, and I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So. Some places, I guess, are like that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like that, okay, I'm sorry. But then she just repeats it over and over again. You have to come and get me. Like, as we're walking back to the fitting room, oh, you have to come and get me. And I'm like, okay, I get it. And I felt a little rude, but then, like, the way she just kept saying it over and over again. Like, the third time, it's like, okay, I get it. Now I understand. Next time I go to this store, I have to go ask someone first. But gee whiz, it was so annoying. She kept saying it over and over again. You have to come and get me. But our fitting rooms like
Manhattan,
that?
Right?
It's in Manhattan.
Oh, I've been there.
You have?
Yeah, it has like 3 stories, doesn't it?
Yeah. So wait, was it like that for you? Did you go into a fitting room?
No, I didn't. I didn't buy any clothes there.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, that was so annoying. The way she just kept saying it over and over. Oh. If I was Dark Boo, it could have been a lot ruder. But then I remembered, okay, wait, I'm not Dark Boo, I'm SpiderStaryu, so I cannot be doing that. But yeah, what else happened? This week I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Moon. I'm actually filming a Paper Mario Color Splash playthrough. I'm gonna be playing through that game. And the first episode is not the best, but there were some hilarious moments that of course I was laughing at and was clacking tea about and things like that. So it's a really good episode. It's like 50 minutes though. Like, oh my gosh, it's big. But I'm really glad I'm doing something. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
What does it cover? Like, is it the first world? What'd you do?
The opening and the first world. The first level. Yeah, I color everything in and talk a lot about the game and what I thought about it and compare it to other Paper Marios and things like that. But yeah, it was really fun to do that, and it's nice to do something other than Mario Party for a change, because I've been doing a lot of Mario Party, like, in terms of, like, gameplay videos. I've been doing a lot of that. And, yeah, other than that, that is it. That is all that's been going on with me.
Okay. SZ, would you like to round us up?
Yeah, sure. I'll just talk about some Black Friday stuff that's been happening. Thanksgiving happened, by the way, and it was nice, but not much to talk about besides Thanksgiving, food, family. I did not go Black Friday shopping in stores because that's insane, and if you do that, then you need to get your
priorities in check.
Priorities in check. That's a lot nicer than what I was going to say. Yes, so don't ever do that. Always go online, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today, and tomorrow, Cyber Monday, all deals online, all awesome, all very good, and from the comfort of your home. You don't have to kill anyone to get your t-shirt, okay?
Fights?
I'm sure there were. It's kind of sad to watch, so I try not to pay attention to it. But anyway, I got a solid-state drive, a new one, 750 gigabytes. It was a very good deal, $120. But those things are awesome. Makes my computer go very, very fast. Operating system's on there, gets the games going quick, no loading screens. Okay, very quick loading screens, that kind of stuff. I bought a Steam Link for $20. That lets me stream Steam from my computer to my TV. So that'll be very interesting. I got something else, just don't remember what. Oh, I bought 3 games. I got Rise of the Tomb Raider. Finally, that's been out for a year, and I'm finally going to play it. Got it pretty cheap. I got Dead Rising 3 and Borderlands 2. So Borderlands 2, I actually started playing with Boo. We've been on this Borderlands extravaganza the last month or 2 months. Now we're moving into Borderlands 2, and it is an even better game, and it's so much fun. And I can't talk much about it. It's an older game. I got it for $5 on Steam. $5 for such a huge game.
Yeah.
Very happy about that. I think those are all the games I buy. I might still buy something else because there are still deals going on constantly. Nintendo games, any kind of Nintendo stuff, it's like non-existent this Black Friday. So that's too bad. I saw today I actually saw like the NFC reader for 3DS that was on sale for $16. I think that's like $4 off, which isn't much. I saw Captain Toad for $33, which is like $7 off. The best deal I think I saw was the Kirby RoboPlanet buy. I saw that online for
Planet RoboBot.
Yeah, that whatever that is. It was either I'm pretty sure it's 25 and not 35. If it was 35, then it's not much of a deal. But that's all I've been doing is just Black Friday shopping. And I actually did a few other things, hiking and traveling. I actually traveled yesterday 2 hours to go up north where it was cooler. But I won't get into that. Just a lot of vacation-y kind of stuff after weeks of some pretty hard work. So I'm resting right now. But that's what I've been doing.
Well, okay.
Ramble over.
That's actually nice because I didn't do anything for Black Friday, as I mentioned. Actually, when I went to when Black Friday was like going on, I was actually out in the city that day. That's when I was going to the statue and all that.
Sick.
What do you mean sick? Oh, no.
Did you see people?
No one was there. We came from Jersey. So, we were walking back from, I guess, the Jersey ports, and no one was there. It was actually, like, almost abandoned. It was kind of creepy because you just see a giant buildings and hardly anyone was around, and it was, like, quiet, and I was just like, this doesn't feel right. Like, I don't like this. I was gonna say something about Black Friday, and I can't remember now. Oh my gosh. It doesn't.
Just that you didn't buy anything.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say something else as Z. God. Everything is about you.
Oh, you were looking at a Donkey Kong plush. I don't know if there's any on sale this Black Friday. Oh no.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. That's actually. Though that was actually kind of a good way to end a podcast because I think we had a really good podcast on Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm very excited that we got to talk about it because I really did want to talk about it, and we had to record this on Sunday because of my trip, and I didn't want to miss this one because this is actually a really good game and nice to talk about. But that is the end of the podcast. I'm very happy you got to listen to it, but if you want to listen to more, you can subscribe and rate us on iTunes because we want the ratings especially, but your listening ears are always appreciated. You can go to lostlevels.mariopartylegacy.com for more episodes and more goodness, or you can check out Mario Party Legacy for the forum and news and stuff like that. But me, of course, I'm on Miiverse. Yeah, Miiverse. And it's Compete, my Nintendo Network ID and all that stuff. Can you actually post pictures of Pokemon Sun and Moon on Miiverse? I haven't even tried. Okay.
Sorry, I haven't tried either. I assume that it doesn't work, so...
Lame.
And you know what? My 3D... Guys, does it run them slow on your... What
Are you on
system
a new 3D? Are you on a
use?
new 3DS or a normal 3DS?
I'm on the original one, and
3DS.
It lags a lot.
Yes, it lags a lot on normal 3DSs.
And it sucks because I really like Wishy-Washy, and the moment he turns into the school form, I like... So, yeah. I get that a lot.
And double battles, oh...
Yeah, oh my gosh. Sometimes the totem, every single totem battle, it's like... It's not good.
Oh, man. I was doing a double battle chain on the battle tree, which is at the end of the game, and I got the highest I ever got to, and I just lost at the end of the podcast. Staryu?
You can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Nintendo Network, Google+, and also Instagram. I am SpiderStaryu on all of those websites, so go shoot me a follow and just stay juicy. Yeah.
Stay juicy.
I am SuperZambezi on Twitter, Nintendo Network, YouTube, and that's it. And PlayStation and Xbox, since people have been getting those, so add me there too.
Ooh. All right. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving break, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.